Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. We are doing a candle wax scry. I already started before I hit record. I wanted to get a good glob piled up on here. We're using just about an entire candle. I'm not going to use the whole candle. Okay, so this reading won't resonate for everyone. These readings are meant for specific people. And so if this reading doesn't resonate for you, just leave it behind for who it's meant for. Now, if you are finding that this reading resonates with you, bear in mind that I have another channel where I do zodiac readings. So I do a lot of all signs over there, and I do pick a cards as well. So if you're interested in that, that will be linked down in the description box. Okay. I'm reading for somebody, so this is going to be very specific. I'm reading for somebody who, you know that you are an extremely spiritual person. You do not realize that you're an extremely strong healer. You may kind of had some inclinations that that's going on. And the reason why you're maybe not so sure is because you heal people by being in their lives. I heard that's enough, so later, my friend, later. Okay, so you have some people around you right now that you're kind of struggling with. And the reason why you're struggling is because you have had to learn boundaries, right? And there's some little energy like ding that you're getting from some of these people. I mean, like spidey senses, right? Your spidey senses are going off. And you don't really know if you want to bring these people with you. The spirit has this message coming through, right? Where you have to figure out a way to have these people in your energy and not have them affect you. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. That actually makes me rather uncomfortable being the person to deliver that message because I'm all about the boundaries. But I'm listening. I'm listening. Let's go. But yeah, so they're saying that you have to learn how to, and we're seeing that a little bit here, right? We're seeing these boundaries around this person. I almost see them as being on this horse, like it's a rodeo, but they have this corral around them. We're trying to corral our life. We're trying to protect our peace. And that served you for a time. That served you for a time while you learned what correct boundaries are. And now Spirit wants you, not necessarily to let every John, Dick, and Harry through, but Spirit wants you to learn to pick the battle, right? You have a couple people in your life right now who are rather questionable to you, and Spirit wants you to be in their life to help heal them. And you're going to know if these are the people that you can have in your life because a part of you really believes in them. I'm seeing this as a heart right here. And this heart comes through, and it's almost like you have people here. I see this as a man that has a stick and he's beating that heart. You've had a lot of people beat up on your emotions and on you as a person. And so that's why you've had to maintain this like corral, right? It's like people love to have you around because you make them feel better. But it's a lot of people, you know, people are going to people until they learn how to heal that selfishness. And so you've dealt with a lot of selfish people. You've dealt with a lot of people who really didn't appreciate you, who didn't take you into consideration and thought that they could flat out treat you poorly and still have you in their life. And I think that it really shocked a lot of people when you started to build this boundary around yourself. And it's good that you did, right? It's very good that you did. And you spent enough time in this boundary that you've learned a lot about yourself. But Spirit is asking you to open the boundary just a little bit to let the right ones in. And I don't mean the people that are going to treat you the best or anything like that, because it's the people that you're worried won't treat you the best. Do you know what I mean by that? But part of you really believes in them. Spirit wants you to know that there's other people out there that need healed, and it's okay. It's okay if you decide that this isn't my place. This isn't what I want to do. I shouldn't have to do this. That's your choice, right? But I'm speaking to somebody who actually, I'm speaking to somebody who knows that this is what they're supposed to be doing on a deep, like subconscious level. You know that this is what you're supposed to be doing, that you're supposed to be uplifting humanity. And this is how you do it. You don't need to uplift people who are already healed, right? You don't need to uplift people who are already uplifted. Because those are the people that aren't going to hurt us. They're the people that are healed and already uplifted. It's the people that aren't healed and aren't uplifted. And you have some people around you that they're not bad people. They need someone to believe in them, and they need someone to be in their environment so that they can heal. And one of the ways that you do this is because people hold you in such high regard. I don't know what you do for a living. For some of you, you're in the spotlight a little bit because people seem to really care about what you think. There's something about you that is so genuine and so authentic that people really care about what you think about them. Again, going back to the angelic reference, I'm seeing these like little angels up in the sky. You're surrounded by spirits. You're surrounded by your ancestors. Your ancestors watch over you. And I see that you have some sort of guide that you probably have a very good relationship with, or that you at least know that they are there, and you believe in them heavily. You know, you might talk to them even if you don't have a relationship with them. And there's all these people, I'm seeing this as all these people on the sidelines that are watching you kind of build your life. You inspire people. There's a group of people that watch you and they're very inspired by you. And I think that whoever I'm reading for, you'll know about that, right? You have people that are telling you all the time that you inspire them, that they look up to you. And let's see, there is an individual here. Okay, the starseed link is coming through again. Okay, so there's an individual that is in your life that has a little bit of a question mark. You might be aware that they too are a starseed, or they might give you like little indications of that. They just really don't fit in with like normal society, and they're having trouble adjusting. They're having a lot of trouble adjusting to the earthly experience and to the human experience. And there's something about just being there to support them and believe in them is going to do amazing things. And it's not even so much like supporting them, believing in them. It's being in their life. It's being in their vicinity or their reality, so that they know, hey, if I'm bored, or not even bored, if I need anything, I can contact so and so. And it's not to let yourself get used. It's to let somebody know that they have someone, right? I feel almost that this person raises off some red flags just because of the amount of darkness that's in their energy, and this person will take because of that darkness. So you do want to still have boundaries with this person. It's just, if you've been contemplating cutting this person off, Spirit's kind of saying, slow the brakes on that one. Think about it. Think about a different way that the situation could possibly be approached. And if you decide at the end of the day not to do that and to cut this person off, that's fine, right? That's your choice. You're allowed to make choices. I'm being drawn to this little path that's in here. It's like there's a third way. That's kind of how that's coming across to me. So I don't know if you've been trying to choose between two decisions. The message there is there's a third way. Now, another thing about you that you have noticed, if this is resonating with you so far, is that when you walk into a room, everyone looks at you. And this is something that you had a very hard time with when you were younger, and it made you feel very uncomfortable. And this may have impacted your self-esteem a little bit. You may have gone through a period where you had really bad social anxiety and weren't able to go out very much. And you had to learn how to get over that, right? And I don't mean get over like, oh, get over it. I mean like you had to learn how to overcome that. You had to learn how to process those feelings, how to work through those feelings and overcome that and be okay in your own skin. And Spirit's just wanting to say that they're very proud of you for doing that, because that's not easy for people to do. A lot of people go their whole lives and they're never comfortable with their own skin. That's why a lot of people get a lot of work done, Now, there is something here about a rabbit. So I don't know if there's something about a rabbit that's coming that's important in your life right now. There's also something, and that might be fertility. Maybe you're coming into a very abundant time. There's something else here about somebody bowing down to you in the future. There's somebody in the future who is going to show you a massive amount of respect. Massive amounts of respect. This might be you taking on like an apprentice or something like that, or somebody wanting to learn from you. Maybe it's somebody like you, right? Somebody who does the same thing, who they heal people just by being in their lives. You have one way that you're going to verify this with yourself, if you're like still watching it and you're like, oh, I don't know though, maybe that's not me, because again, the self-esteem issue, it's real, is that you have had people in your life say, you helped me be a better person, or people that you've dated, even though we had this horrible relationship, it really taught me a lot of lessons. And it will have been a horrible relationship. You had a lot of toxic relationships, and the reason why is because a lot of these people that are attracted to you, they're attracted to you because you glow different, right? They want something shiny and sparkly, and then once they finally get the shiny and sparkly, they're not able to live up to it, right? You have settled for people. You have definitely settled for people, and you were the prize, and people treated you like you were not the prize, because they kept trying to tell you that, like, if you were trying to talk to them about something about them, they just felt away and felt very judged, because what you think matters so much to people. Does that make sense? You've had a lot of people in your life who've treated you poorly, and the real reality of it is how you feel about them and how you think about them mattered so much. So you've had people put you down or try to knock you down a peg to like lower your self-esteem so that they didn't feel that you were above them. Or you've had other people who couldn't take some sort of conversation or criticism, especially in the context of relationships and close friendships, because they didn't want to hear something about themselves from you. They didn't want you to see them that way. So then they make up excuses, right? Or create these like circular conversations. Or you've had people try to gaslight you so that you questioned yourself. And it's because some people wanted to come in and they wanted to steal your light. Other people, they wanted to steal your power. Other people, they didn't want to lose their power to you. You know, because that's how most people operate. Most people subconsciously operate on these power games. It's very important for you as well when you're around people. Pay attention. If you're able to sense energy, pay attention to your energy, right? Where is energy going? And is it an equal exchange? If it's not an equal exchange, that's a very good indicator that you know, somebody is not open and vulnerable with you. Again, when you're dealing with these people who are not healed or who haven't done the work to heal themselves, you're not going to find that very much. And so again, it comes back to picking and choosing your battles. But you do have someone in your vicinity right now that Spirit is bringing this up for, because they do need you. They do need you. They need your help. This is coming out because this individual has a very big part to play in their future, meaning they have a very big role. They have a very big role. It's almost like you are the predecessor, or you have preceded somebody. So maybe this person's younger than you, I don't know. You've preceded somebody who has a very big responsibility. And some things have gone on in their life to throw them off the course, right? Because that's oftentimes what happens with people who are starseeds, and they don't understand, they don't ever come into their own awakening. And I'm not talking spiritual awakening, I'm talking the real awakening, which the real awakening, in my opinion, is when we get in touch with our inner child, because that's how we make our way back to our vital core, to our vital essence. And a lot of people, they have their spiritual awakening, or they become awakened to the fact that there are spiritual things, but they never reach that level. Whoever I'm speaking to, you reach that level. That's why you're being called to kind of stay in this person's life. This person needs an anchor point. Even if they don't actually ask you about things, your energy and you working on your own evolution is by proxy lifting this person, because there is something similar there between you and this individual, and that is you're linked to some sort of non-terrestrial energy, we'll put it that way, right? There's a maze. There's like a maze that you are walking inside yourself because of the amount of tearing down your self-esteem and gaslighting that people have done to you through the years. It's almost like sometimes you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your opinions of people. You wonder if you're being too harsh. You wonder if you're being too easy. You wonder if you're seeing what you've really seen. In the past, you may have had some trouble with drinking or, you know, doing other things to try and numb this like intense turmoil that you've had because of these things. You spent a long time also grieving how you let other people take advantage of you. I think this is something that was in your past. For a very small portion of you that this resonates for, you may be going through this right now. Okay. And like I said, it feels a little bit like, and maybe I didn't say this, it feels a little bit like life has been an uphill battle, that we're always pushing against some sort of resistance. And that's because, you know, when we are not from this place, right, and we have some sort of gift to share with this place, human beings aren't the only things with a shadow, right? Everything has a shadow and that shine. Everything has a light side and a dark side. And I don't mean by dark that it's evil. It's just that I don't know how to explain that, right? I don't know how to put that into words. It's like we have come up against the universal shadow, so to speak. Something that wants us to keep from shining that bright light. It's like I was about to say checks and balances. That's not really what I mean, but the Justice card did come out, and that was followed by two other cards. It was the Ten of Swords and the Devil card. It's kind of like, you know, just like the human psyche, right? The shadow, if you don't know a whole lot about the shadow, that's an aspect of our subconscious. And the shadows is the storehouse of all of our previous negative experiences that we didn't process appropriately. And so anytime you lash out at somebody because they made you feel fill in the blank, that feeling that you have that is causing that response, that's part of your shadow. And it's a core belief, a core concept. Now, in the shadow, it's trying to survive. And so when we have a shadow that still has these vibrations in it, that, we feel this way, we feel this way, we feel this way, we attract people to us that are going to make us feel that same exact way all over. That's how the shadow keeps itself alive. It keeps an unending supply of energy coming back to it. The universal shadow is the same way. If you are here on earth and your role is to heal people by being in their lives, things are going to happen in your life that make you want to hermit away, so that you close your circle in further and further and further. And then guess what? That light blinks out because now you're not shining in anyone's life anymore. Make sure that doesn't happen, because you've gone through things in your life that are slowly causing you to kind of withdraw. And, there's a time and there's a place. Again, some of you have had this real strong boundary because you've had to learn boundaries. You've had to learn what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and that's fine. But just make sure that you don't stay there. You don't stay hemmed in or closed away. Let's see, what can you tell me? Oof. That's also happening for this person. Whoever, I am picking up on one specific person in your life. I feel that there's two, but I feel one in specific has a very big role to play here on planet Earth. And because they too feel like a starseed to me, that's part of the universal shadow, is to make sure that they don't ever realize their role in humanity. This is humanity at large. This doesn't necessarily only have to be a family. This is community. This is our reach, right? Our influence. This is our legacy. They don't want this person to see the legacy, and I'm saying they, but it's really just an energy. This person is going to do a lot of good for people, and it is kind of important that this person heals. However, given what this person has gone through, I don't know that they know how. I don't know that they can on their own. And so they need someone like you in their corner, rooting for them. And they need somebody in their reality who is in their little corner of their reality, kind of like raising the vibration, because it's like waves, right? That'll come in and it'll trigger something in this person. You guys are psychically linked, and you may even know that about one of the people that you are questioning here. The red is standing out to me a lot. It's bright as hell in the viewfinder, so maybe that means something in this situation. Again, the red, the red, the red. And again, it's you and two other people. It's you and two other people. There's one of the people is very much a friend. Maybe both of them are. One might be female, one might be male. Yeah. Again, a reawakening. This individual needs to go through a reawakening. And so this message started off with you, and the message started off with talking about how you need to loosen those boundaries a little bit so that you can do your job as somebody that heals people by being in their presence. And then now it's talking about this other person. And so Spirit has a lot of things to say about this situation, about this dynamic. Just go forward in your life. Keep in mind that, you transform people by being in their lives. And, don't talk yourself out of that. If you recognize this to be true, accept it, embrace it. This is your truth. This is you being a very powerful healer, because you don't even have to do anything. You just show up, right? How much more powerful could you be? I just show up, file my nails, healed. You just spark something in people. You resonate at a frequency that sparks something in people. And it might not happen the first day. It might not happen the second day. It might not even happen the first year. But eventually people get something and they have that little light bulb go off. It's like that resonation. It takes a little while for people to like match up and sync up, but they do eventually. And you have a person here that I feel that you care about them. I just feel that you have question marks about them. And that's enough because of where you've been, to kind of like, you know, and just give it a little bit more thought before you do that. That's all Spirit's really asking. They want you to know the situation. They want you to know your situation, this person's situation, and they're just asking that you give it a little bit more thought. At the end of the day, what you choose to do is up to you, and nobody's going to judge you for it, right? They're not going to judge you for it. I'm certainly not going to judge you for it. But yeah, so if this resonated with you, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment, and until next time.